The Zerithian survey vessel Luminous Accord hung in the darkness beyond Earth's moon, its sensors sweeping across the blue-green planet with methodical precision. Commander Vextal stood before the holographic display, his crystalline eyes reflecting the data streams that poured in from their reconnaissance arrays. "Initial scan complete, Commander," announced Surveyor Krill, her melodic voice carrying a note of confusion. "The results are unusual." Vextal's facial tendrils twitched with interest. In his 3 centuries of service, he had cataloged 47 sentient species across the galaxy. This would be the 48th, and according to preliminary data, they called themselves humans. "Elaborate," he commanded. "Their weapons technology is primitive, Commander. Chemical propellants, crude nuclear devices, basic energy weapons still in experimental phases. By our standards, they shouldn't pose any threat to a species capable of faster-than-light travel." Krill paused, manipulating the holographic interface. Yet the cultural database is flagging multiple anomalies. The display shifted, showing human settlements spanning every continent. Cities clustered near coastlines and rivers, but also in deserts, frozen tundras, and high mountain ranges. Places where most civilized species would never consider habitation. "They live everywhere," Vextal observed. "Even in hostile environments." "That's not the concerning part, sir." Krill brought up biological data. "I've cross-referenced their evolutionary history. Humans evolved as persistence hunters. They would chase prey for hours, sometimes days, until the animal collapsed from exhaustion. Their bodies are designed for endurance, not speed or strength. Many species are hunters, Surveyor." "Yes, Commander. But look at their sleep cycles." The hologram displayed a human circadian rhythm. They're awake for 16 hours on average. Most sentient species require 12 to 14 hours of rest. Humans function on less sleep, and their military forces train to operate on even less. Some of their soldiers have remained combat effective for 72 hours without rest. Vextal felt a chill run through his exoskeleton. "Continue. Their pain tolerance is extraordinary. I found medical records of humans continuing to fight with injuries that would incapacitate any Zerithian. Broken bones, severe blood loss, organ damage, they keep moving. They have a natural chemical called adrenaline that suppresses pain and enhances physical capability during stress." The commander studied the data with growing unease. "What about their psychology?" Krill's colors shifted to a troubled purple. "That's where it gets truly alarming, sir. They form intense pack bonds. They call it love, loyalty, friendship. When one human is threatened, others will sacrifice themselves without hesitation. I found countless historical records of humans running into burning structures, diving into turbulent waters, or facing armed opponents to save complete strangers." "Irrational," Vextal murmured. "By our standards, yes, but it makes them unpredictable and dangerous. They don't calculate survival probability like we do. They act on emotion." Krill brought up more files. "Their entire history is warfare, Commander. They've fought each other for thousands of years, developing increasingly efficient methods of killing. But here's what troubles me most. They also developed extensive rules about warfare. Concepts like mercy, honor, and protecting non-combatants. They restrain themselves? Voluntarily, yes, which means they're capable of far worse than what they typically do." Krill's voice dropped lower. "I accessed their entertainment databases. Their fiction is filled with scenarios where they fight alien invasions. They've imagined our arrival countless times, and in their stories they usually win. They've been mentally preparing for this encounter for decades." Vextal turned away from the display, processing the information. "What about their technology gap? We're centuries ahead of them." "Commander, I've analyzed their technological progress. They went from primitive aircraft to landing on their moon in 66 years. From the first computer to artificial intelligence in 70 years. Their advancement is exponential. At their current rate, they'll achieve faster-than-light travel within a century, perhaps sooner." The commander's mind raced through strategic scenarios. The Zerithian collective had encountered aggressive species before, but those were always technologically advanced civilizations with weapons that posed immediate threats. Humans were different. They were dangerous not because of what they had, but because of what they were. "There's one more thing, sir." Krill's colors had shifted to deep crimson, the Zerithian expression of fear. "I found their biological weapons research. They've engineered diseases, studied toxins, and explored genetic modifications, but they've also created treaties to ban these weapons. They scared themselves, Commander. They realized they could exterminate their own species and chose not to. They developed ethics faster than they developed weapons of mass destruction. Vextal stood in silence, watching Earth rotate peacefully below. He thought of the 47 other species in the collective, each discovered, evaluated, and contacted according to standard protocols. But humans defied categorization. They were simultaneously violent and compassionate, rational and emotional, self-destructive and survivalist. What's your recommendation, Surveyor? Krill didn't hesitate. We update their classification in the galactic database immediately. Flag them as an apex predator species, not because of their weapons, but because of their nature. Then we leave, Commander. We leave and we watch from a distance until they're ready for contact on equal terms. And if another species discovers them first, attempts invasion or subjugation, then I pity that species, sir. Because these humans might be primitive now, but they're survivors. They've endured ice ages, plagues, wars, and disasters that would have ended most civilizations. They adapt. They persist. They never ever stop coming. Commander Vextal made his decision. Set course for the jump point. I'll personally file the report with the collective. Earth is to be quarantined for observation only. No contact until humanity develops FTL capability on their own. As the luminous Accord powered up its drives, Vextal took one last look at the small blue planet. Somewhere down there, humans were going about their lives, completely unaware that they'd just been classified as one of the most dangerous species in the known galaxy. Not because of what they'd built, but because of what they were. Apex predators. And the galaxy had just decided to wait until those predators were ready to join the hunt among the stars.